In this video, I'm going to be showing you my CD collection, and these are all my CDs. I do have more CDs, but they're not in my main collection, so they won't be in this video. So I hope you enjoy my CD collection, and let's get started. So the first CD I have in my collection is Angels and Airwaves I Empire. They're a very good punk group. The main singer of this group is actually Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. I do love this group. Most of their songs they sing do have a lot of meaning. They talk about life, they talk about like emotion and love and stuff. So I do love this group, a very good group. If you like punk music, definitely check out Angels and Airwaves. This is I Empire. This is my favorite album by Angels and Airwaves. I do love Angels and Airwaves. And here's the track list for this. If you want to pause the video, you can to see all the songs on this album, but this is my favorite album from Angels and Airwaves. Next up, I have 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War. I do love 30 Seconds to Mars. They're not my favorite group, but I do have some 30 Seconds to Mars. When they made this album, This Is War, they actually changed their style of music, so it's not like their first album. I'm guessing most people like their first album because the way it sounds. This is more like kind of like electronic rock, I guess. I don't know really what you would call it, but this is a 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War. I do prefer it over their first album. But anyways, this is 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War album. Very good album. You probably can't see the names of the songs on the back because it's pretty much, they're in black and they're really small. But anyway, this is once again, this is 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War. A very good album if you like 30 Seconds to Mars. But they did make it sound a little bit different from their first album, just to let you know. The next album I have by Angels and Airwaves is Angels and Airwaves Love's Deluxe Edition. You can buy this in two editions. You can buy this in a straight edition, but this one comes with Love's Part 1 and 2. And it also comes with their movie. Angels and Airwaves did make a movie. They did make their own movie. It's about hopelessness and about not having any human contact. So it's a very like emotional movie, I guess, if you want to watch it. It does come in this package. This is the deluxe edition. This is Angels and Airwaves Loves. It got part 1 and 2 on here. And here it is right here. It got a spaceman on the front sitting on a moon. Then moving to the back, it does get all the songs. Of course, you can't read them again, but there's Love's Part 1, Love Part 2, and the Love film. And this is my second favorite album from Angels and Airwaves, just because it got a lot of emotion, and a lot of songs on here got a lot of are very emotional and stuff. Like I said, they do got a lot of meaning to life and stuff, so definitely check this one out. This is one of my other second favorite albums from the group. And this is their last album, Angels and Airwaves, We Don't Need to Whisper. It's my least favorite one out of the whole group, just because it sounds a little bit different and I'm not really fond of it. It does got some good tracks on here, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, it's my least favorite. But I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and I don't know if you can read it, but there's some of the songs on this album. This is We Don't Need to Whisper. Still a very good album by Angels and Airwaves, just my least favorite. Next group I have is All Time Low, Nothing Personal. They're not my favorite group by all. I mean, they're okay. They're kind of like a punk group. They're okay, but they're not my favorite. I don't know why I actually bought them. I like a couple of songs on this album. Like my favorite song on this whole album would have to be Weightless, the very first song on this disc, but for the most part, they're not my favorite group at all. But I do love Weightless for the most part, so that's probably why I bought this album. Anyway, there's All Time Low, Nothing Personal. I only own one album by All Time Low. There it is. The next person I have it's a country artist. I'm really not a fan of country artists. Sorry to offend any of you people that are watching this that love country. I don't really hate it. I can listen to some country, but it's my least favorite. This is Brad Paisley's This Is Country Music. And this is Brad Paisley. I only own one country album, and this is the one country album I own. This is Country Music. When I first heard this album, I thought it was pretty good, so I actually picked it up. Overall, this is a pretty decent album. You won't be disappointed if you love country music. This is a very good album, and Brad Paisley's a very good country artist. I'm going to go to the back. You can see him. I don't know if you can read any of the songs on the disc, but there's a Brad Paisley, This Is Country Music, and still a very good CD, unless you don't like country music, but overall, very good purchase. Even though I'm not a country person, I was very pleased with that CD. So next up, I have Deadma5. His name's not actually Deadma5, it's actually Deadmau5. The 5 at the end is actually an S, so it's Deadmau5. He's like an electric house DJ kind of person. So he's more of a DJ electric house. I'm not quite sure what the kind of genre is, because I know there's techno, there's dubstep, there's trap music and stuff like that. So don't quote me if I'm wrong, but it's somewhere on the lines of being a DJ. And I just started getting into deadmau5, this kind of music, and I have to tell you, this kind of music is really good. But unless you're not a fan of it, of course you won't like it. One thing about deadmau5's music is it's really, really repetitive. Like, most songs will last 4 or 5 minutes, which is a very long time, and most of them just keep repeating over and over and over. And a lot of the songs do sound the same, but overall it's very good music. If you like this kind of music, I suggest play this kind of music if you have a good sound system in your house or in your car, or good like Beats headphones or something that has a lot of bass. Then you'll get the most out of this music. This music needs to be played with very good sound system or good on-ear headphones. Then I would suggest you to get the best listening experience for this kind of music. But anyway, this is deadmau5, for lack of a better name. This is one of my favorite albums by him because it has Ghost and stuff on it, and Ghost and Stuff is a very, very good a very, very good song. I'll go ahead and flip it on the back. You can pause the video if you want to see some of the songs on this album. And another good song in here is Strobe. It's a very, very kind of like calm song, but then it gets a little bit louder at the end, so it's kind of a mixture. This is kind of a song you can kind of sleep to, but then at the end it gets a little bit faster, so it surprises you. So Strobe is kind of like a very good song. But yeah, overall this is a very good album. This is For Lack of a Better Name by deadmau5. The next album I have is deadmau5. Album title goes here. Once again, this is another good album. I don't really have one I like over the other. They're pretty much all good to me. But this is deadmau5. Album title goes here. This is a very good album also. This one came out in 2012, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it does move. You can move the mouse. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Album title goes here. I don't know if you can read those, but you can pause the video once again if you want to read any of these titles on the back. This CD right here has a lot of featured artists on here. He did a lot of featured ones on this album, but this is also a very good album. deadmau5 album title is here. And then the last album I have by deadmau5 is 4 times 4 equals 12. A very, very good album also. Definitely check this one out. 4 times 4 equals 12. I would have to say this might actually be my least favorite one out of the 3 I own. But still a very good album. Don't get me wrong, this is a very good album. deadmau5 4 times 4 equals 12. And once again, pause the video if you want to read any of these album titles. But there they are on the back. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but there they are. deadmau5 4 times 4 equals 12. And now the next group I actually have on my list is Foo Fighters. I am a big fan of Foo Fighters. They're pretty much hard rock. They're not anything metal or anything, but they are kind of hard rock. And this is my favorite album by the Foo Fighters, actually, the one on top. It's The Color and the Shape. It has Monkey Wrench. It also has My Hero, and it also has Everlong. But don't buy it for those 3 songs. You should buy it for the whole album. Actually, this whole album is very, very, very good. I do like this album. It is my favorite. I can listen to it almost like straight through. It is a very good album. Definitely check it out. Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape. And here's the songs on The Color and the Shape. And then the next one I have by the Foo Fighters is Skin and Bones. Now this one is kind of different than the traditional stuff they produce, because it's all an acoustic guitar. It's basically Dave playing it live at a show. So all this on this Foo Fighters Skin and Bones disc is actually acoustic. It's just an acoustic guitar. But what I have to say is most of the songs on here are from all of the albums, just played acoustically. But what I have to say about the songs playing acoustically is they're very, very good acoustically. Actually, I was very surprised when I got the Skin and Bones album. I would think I wasn't going to like it, because I knew before I bought it was going to be all acoustic. But overall, it's a very good album, especially if you listen to Everlong. Everlong is just really good acoustically. And there's the Foo Fighters Skin and Bones. They also make a concert for Foo Fighters Skin and Bones. And there's all the songs on Skin and Bones. And there's one song here you can't get on any other Foo Fighters album. It's Marigold, and I definitely check this out if you want to hear Marigold. Marigold's a very good song. So yeah, so there's Foo Fighters Skin and Bones. The next one I have from Foo Fighters is just the greatest hits. There's really no reason why I bought the greatest hits, but the only reason you would actually buy the Foo Fighters greatest hits is if you like the Foo Fighters and you don't want to buy anything else, or if you want to buy Wheels. The only album that actually has wheels on it, surprisingly, is Greatest Hits. So that's one reason I had to buy Greatest Hits, because it had wheels on here. Wheels is a very good song by the Foo Fighters, a very, very good song. And this is the limited edition, or the deluxe edition. It comes with a little booklet you can look at with their pictures, and it also has another CD with all their music videos. Not any of the new music videos from the new album they released, but this one has most of their music videos, except for like 2 music videos. But overall, a very good album. Greatest Hits, of course. Nothing what to expect, just Greatest Hits. And then next off, I have Foo Fighters In Your Honor. It's a 2-disc set. It's one of my least favorite ones by the Foo Fighters, but it has some good songs on here. The second disc actually has a lot of acoustic stuff also, but overall this is still a very good album. I just don't like it. This is my least favorite, but I can listen to it. It is still pretty good. It does got good songs on it, like In Your Honor and No Way Back and Best of You. But yeah, definitely check it out. Foo Fighters In Your Honor. Very good CD. Next CD I have by the Foo Fighters is Foo Fighters, it's called Foo Fighters Nothing Left to Lose by the Foo Fighters. So it's a very good album, Nothing Left to Lose. This is my second favorite album by the Foo Fighters, following it's a Color and the Shape. I do love this one. It has a lot of good songs on here. Definitely check it out. And yeah, that's the Foo Fighters Nothing Left to Lose. You probably can't read the names of the songs on the back because they're way too small, but anyway, there's the back. And there's Nothing Left to Lose by the Foo Fighters. The next one I have by the Foo Fighters is Wasting Light. It's their newest one. That just came out a couple years ago. But anyway, this is a very good album, Wasting Light. I was expecting something else when I picked this up. The music on here is a little bit different, but it's a very good album, Wasting Light. Definitely check it out. Almost the whole album is very good. It took me a while to get used to this album, but after I got used to it, I fell in love with it, and this is a very good album, Wasting Light. The next one I have from Foo Fighters is All My Life by the Foo Fighters. And this one is actually an import. I don't know what country it's from, but it's an import. You cannot buy it in America. Normally you can't buy it in America, but sometimes you can find it, and that's where I found it. I found it in a stock of random CDs for $2, so I picked up All My Life Foo Fighters. It's hard to come by, so you probably won't be able to buy it unless you like really shop around, but it's called All My Life Foo Fighters. It is an import. It only has 3 songs on it. I think like 2 songs on here aren't on any other album, but the other 2 are just remakes of All My Life. But other than that, it only has 4 songs on here, and 2 of them are, I think, new songs, or songs you can't get on any other album. But this is All My Life by the Foo Fighters. I don't know what it's actually called, but I guess it is called All My Life by the Foo Fighters, so there it is. The next one I have by the Foo Fighters is Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace. It's my other least favorite one of all their CDs. But it's also a pretty good one, just my least favorite one. But I'm going to go ahead and show you in the back. Pause the video if you want to read any of this. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera. And then next one is Foo Fighters by Foo Fighters. The name of the album is Foo Fighters, and it's by Foo Fighters. And here it is. It got a gun on the front. My other least favorite, I'm going to go ahead and flip it around. You can go ahead and look on the back and read the album titles. If you can read them. I don't know how. The next one is One by One. That's my third favorite one, actually. Besides those other 2 I just showed you weren't really my favorites, but this one is also one of my other favorites. One by One. I do love this album. The songs on One by One are very good. So there's Foo Fighters One by One. It got a heart on the front. And then there it is. And then I also have a couple more. There is Selena Gomez, A Year Without Rain. But before I show you that one, I guess I'll just show you the other 3. So right here, I do have Katy Perry, Teenage Dream. It's a very good album. Most of the songs on here has made a single and was a pretty good hit. So yeah, anyway, this is Katy Perry, Teenage Dream, and it still does smell like cotton candy. But anyway, this is Katy Perry, Teenage Dream. She's a pop artist. She sings pop music. So anyway, this is Katy Perry, Teenage Dream. If you're into pop music, definitely check it out. And there's all the songs on the back. But there's a Katy Perry Teenage Dream. And here's a guy you may or may not know. His name is Ed Sheeran. I'm not quite sure if I'm saying his name right, so I do apologize. If anyone wants to correct me in the comments, you can, but his name is Ed Sheeran. when I first found out about him, I was looking up random stuff on YouTube, and I came across this man, and his voice is just amazing. So if you're going to do anything else, at least listen to his voice. I do love his voice. His voice is amazing, so you should definitely check him out. I think he's from either the UK or British. He's not an American artist, but his name is Ed Sheeran. I don't know how many albums he made, but this is one of the albums he has. It's called Plus. That's why there's a little plus sign on the bottom. It is called Plus. Then you can pause it for to read it. Most people like this album for the A-Team, but the one I really love the most on this album would have to be Give Me Love. Definitely check out Give Me Love. That's my favorite song on this album. But overall, this album is very good for all the songs. But definitely try to check out Give Me Love. That's my favorite song on this album. I know most people love the A-Team, but anyway, you can check it out. This is Ed Sheeran Plus album. Then, of course, the last one I just showed you is Selena Gomez, Year Without Rain. Another pop star. Another Disney pop star, I would have to say. I don't own many, but that's one of them. And I mean, she's okay, but I don't really know why I bought her. But it's just not garbage. I mean, some people say it's garbage, but in my opinion, it's okay. But nothing really spectacular, but it's just whatever. But there's Selena Gomez, Year Without Rain Deluxe Edition. Down on the back, you got, I guess, her with her group. She does have her own little group that plays with her. But anyway, there it is. And there's Selena Gomez, A Year Without Rain. And, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out.